Thank you very much, Chairman Scott and Ranking Member Warren, for this hearing, and Secretary Bessent, thanks very much for being here. Appreciate it.
It's good to see you, Senator.
Good seeing you. And I want to thank you and commend you for updating the 45Z clean fuel production credit. That is very important, so thank you very much for getting that out. Your guidance incorporates what we put in the Working Families Tax Cut. Remember, that's how we rebranded the One Big Beautiful Bill, and supports Nebraska farmers and biofuel producers. So that's really, really important. It also ensures that feedstocks from faraway countries will not be allowed to get that credit, which means American taxpayer dollars will stay here in America. That was very important. So Secretary Bessent, appreciate that. Also, want to just comment on one of my colleagues from the other side of the aisle talking about the ag economy. I would note that under the Biden administration, we had 4 years in a row of agricultural trade deficits because the Biden administration was the first administration, going back to Jimmy Carter, not to sign a major trade deal. And that is one of the reasons why we have such a hard problem or a hard time right now in the ag. And in fact, when talking about input prices, under the Biden administration, June of 2022, diesel hit $5.75. Now it's at $3.52. So again, we need to address the issues to help our farm economy out. But a lot of the seeds of this was started in the Biden administration. I also want to thank you for presenting FSOC's 2025 annual report. In that, one of the things that perhaps you already touched upon, and if I'm repeating myself, please forgive me, or repeating what's happening, forgive me, but the Biden administration, under the Biden administration, then Secretary Yellen, actually undid all the good work of the Trump administration in 2019's FSOC when they changed the activity-based designation guidance. Yellen replaced it with her own guidance that was turning a last resort safeguard into a tool that could be weaponized and stifle innovation and restrict access to capital that would grow our economy. A little over 2 years ago, I sent a letter to then Secretary Yellen about how the 2023 entity-based designation guidance was misguided, lacked evidentiary support, and increased the likelihood of market distortions. Secretary Bessent, do you agree with the characterizations of the 2023 guidance that could do all these things, could cause market distortions?
I believe in the activity-based guidance, and we are moving back to that, Senator.
Great.
And Senator, if I could just point out that FSOC under Secretary Yellen, 2 weeks before the three of the largest bank failures in U.S. history, many of them due to bond market portfolios, identified climate as the biggest risk to financial stability. They had not over-leveraged bond portfolios.
Seems like misplaced priorities given a financial service sector. Secretary Yellen rolled out her new guidance, and then she stripped out the cost-benefit analysis of it. In your view, does cost-benefit analysis matter in evaluating to use FSOC's SIFI designation authority?
Again, sir, without that, why would you do it?
What is your view on the activity-based designation approach that was developed through the transparent and methodical process done in 2019?
We are readopting it, and we believe it is fulsome, robust, and smart-minded.
Great. Thank you very much, Secretary. Thanks to President Trump's leadership and your steady hand at the Department of Treasury, the United States economy is doing very well. I think the GDP growth in the last quarter, third quarter, was 4.4% annualized in 2025. Labor markets remain resilient. The unemployment rate is 1.2% below historical average. Inflation is down from the highs of the 40-year high Biden administration, decreasing some 70% from the peak in the Biden administration. American markets are strong. We saw the largest tax cut in history signed into law, allowing us to avoid a $4.2 trillion tax increase. We've got no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. 88% of seniors will not pay federal income tax. The average refund is supposed to be $1,000 higher this year. And the average Nebraska family will avoid a $2,400 tax increase. Yet, despite all this progress, we're seeing consumer confidence is not really rebounding the way that the economy seems to be. In your opinion, what more can we in the Senate be doing with regard to consumer confidence and making, obviously we had 40-year high inflation under the Biden administration, but what more can we be doing in the Senate to be able to help out with confidence of consumers?
Other than telling consumers to turn off MSNBC, because a large part of it is a survey problem where Democrats vote very low, Republicans are more realistic, and then we end up what we're seeing.
Senator Kim's time. I appreciate your comments, but we